Why hello there, we are Roscoe's workshop. My name is Bella.
My name is Aidan.
We will be giving a unloved stuffed animal a very much needed makeover.
As you can see from this side, he looks just fine.
But from this side, he is in desperate need of surgery.
He is about to lose an arm. Or a leg. Not sure.
Not every week we'll have a theme.
But we thought Rick and Morty was appropriate for our first episode, since we're all crazy scientists here.
Aidan will now step out to do camera work as I continue with the makeover.
See you soon, guys.
So first thing, we really need to do some research. We have to watch every single episode of Rick and Morty ever, and that's exactly what we did.
To live is to risk it all. Otherwise, you're just an inert chunk of randomly assembled molecules drifting wherever the universe blows you. Oh, I'm sorry, Jerry. I didn't see you there. How much of that did you hear?
All of it. You were looking right at me.
So we need to embody Rick. We need to feel Rick. We need to be Rick in order for this horse to be Rick. So the first thing we need to do, of course, is twiddle our thumbs like some crazy scientist. And then we're going to take them off because they are absolutely impossible to work with. They're so thick and you can't grab absolutely anything with them. As you can see, we got this animal, stuffed animal, from the thrift store for $2.99, and we're going to cut off his tag because that's just not very fashionable nowadays, you know. That is his past, and his past is behind him. He is a new horse. We're going to take out this black shoebox that we store a bunch of threads and needles, and take out a needle and then of course drop it because that's who we are. And then some white thread, and we're going to sew his arm together. So we have some extra spare animal guts and we're going to shove them in his arm because he looks like he could use some. That's really all there is to it. Shove some extra spare animal guts. Then you want to thread the needle, which I surprisingly did in one sweeping motion. That's very impressive. And then simply tie a knot at the end, and then you just kind of want to wing it, you know? Just don't choke out the horse. And then just sew up the arm, keep sewing, in and out, in and out. Eventually his arm should be back on his body. Arm, I keep saying arm, let's just go with arm. I think it's his arm. And he has full range of motion, which is something a doctor will probably say, but because he had just gone through surgery, of course he needs to rest. So we are going to wrap him up and then say night-night. Night-night, little horsey. We will see you in the morning when you have rested. So now we are back. The horse has rested. We have rested. It is a new day. We're going to take off his bandage. He looks like a great new horse, but now he's going to go take a shower because he just really needs it. We don't know exactly what his past was, so now we're going to take out our fancy green toolbox that you have seen me use over and over in this video. It contains everything we need for these makeovers. I think we're just going to call it our fancy green box. I don't know. Fancy green toolbox? We could probably think of a better name for that. Anyways, these clips are of me making the portal gun. But since this horse is going to literally turn into Rick, we need to have the portal gun. We're just taking some polymer clay, some gray, some green, some black, some red. Yep, that's red. And then we're going to make Pickle Rick. Both of these polymer clay creations need to be baked and then glossed over, which you will see in the final product. However, for now, we need to take off this very weird looking scarf thing, bandana. It has a company on it. We don't really need the company for this video, so we're going to take that bandana off and keep it for another video. Maybe we'll need it later on. And then we're going to take off any tags that we don't like, anything extra. Even if it creates a hole, we will stitch that up. We just don't want any unnecessary little things. So while I was cutting away the tags, I noticed that the horse has a very scratched up eye. So I decided to do a second surgery. So we're going to completely remove his eyes and give him completely new eyes. we have this collection of eyes and noses right here. So you can see we have different colored eyes. We're going to be using a dark brown black color. We even have a nose, but we will not be using the nose in this episode. So we just want to cut away the eye, basically just fully remove it. As you can see, the eye really had to go. So just throw that away, you don't really need that anymore, and now he looks like a demon horse. Hope you don't have any nightmares. So as you can see, the eye fits, however we need to stitch up the hole that we just created, so that's what I'm doing right here, stitching up the very large hole. So you have to insert the eye and make sure the backing is also in there because that secures the eye. However, you can drop it a couple times on the table before you really get the eye in there. So as you can see, the eye is very nice, very shiny. And then we're going to do the exact same to the other eye. It might not make a very big difference, but I'm just very happy that he no longer has any scratched eyes. Now we're going to do the iconic Rick blue hair. So we're going to take some acrylic paint, shake that up, shake it up, shake, shake, shake. And then we're going to paint his hair blue, and then we're going to wash it. So as you can see, it's a very messy job. Very, very messy job. It was absolutely a mess. It was a mess. It got everywhere. I got on my lab coat, and I just have anxiety, like, why did I not pull up my sleeves? I really should have pulled up my sleeves here. Oh man, that is so close to the paint. Anyways, oh my sleeves. Okay. Now we're gonna go wash him. Now he is back. As you can see, the blue has faded quite a bit and my fingers are stained. And he is still wet, so since he just came out of the second bath, we're gonna put him away and we're going to make a lab coat. So we got this giant piece of fabric from the thrift store for $4.99. So we're going to take some measuring tape. We're going to measure his neck, his torso, I think, and then we're going to cut a very large piece of paper. Not piece of paper. And then we're going to cut a very large piece of fabric that kind of goes along with the dimensions. You'll see, I think I know what I'm doing, but I don't know if I did know what I was doing. Let's just pretend I knew what I was doing. So we're just going to keep cutting a very, very large piece of fabric. You want to make it larger than the animal or whatever this is for. You always want to make it larger so that you can cut away and you're not worried about it being too small. So this is for the back of the lab coat. So luckily I did make it just about a little bigger than I wanted it to. And so as you can see here, we have the sleeves, the front and the back. And the back is going to cut into two because it's going to open like a lab coat. Just like mine opens like this, that is how this little mini lab coat will open. Now time to sew. This is what it looked like when it was about halfway done. And this is what me sewing looks like. And I'm going to mute it because I hate that sound, and I'll just make some sounds up for you. Slice. Drop. Anyways, that is the little mini lab coat done. I ended up adding pockets. You can't see them here, but I did end up adding pockets. And this little mini hanger is just gonna go there, or maybe, yeah, just keep it there. Now we're bringing back Aidan, and bringing back the horse with a very, very appropriate hairdo. We gave the horse a unibrow and some spiky hair, and now it's time to put on the lab coat. This is the complete look. You can see we have glossed over the portal gun. I'm quite in love with the portal gun, I'm not gonna lie. and it fits perfectly in the pocket along with little Pickle Rick, which is going to go in his other pocket. Oh, I love the little pickle. So cute. So cute. And this is the transformation of an unloved horse into Rick from Rick and Morty. And if you are interested in sending any toys for a makeover, you can check the description for our P.O. Box address. And we will be doing unboxing videos on our channel, which we are so excited for. However, we are not done. If you would like to own him, yes, you can have this horse with the portal gun, with Pickle Rick. Go to our Patreon page and you can enter to win him. You can have him. Yes, really, you can have him. We want to thank you guys so much for watching. We had a great time giving this horse a makeover, even though it took a very long time. Now, it's time to shut down the workshop. However, we're still not done. We have one more thing to show you. The name Roscoe's Workshop was based off this dog who absolutely loves stuffed animals. Look at him. Isn't he the cutest little thing? His name is Roscoe and he loves all and every stuffed animal. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next week.